Hello best learners, this is Mustafa here at Learn with the Best, and we've got quite an interesting video for you today. We're going to be discussing Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power, Law number 27, play on people's need to believe to create a cult-like following. First, I'm going to be defining the law for you, and then we'll go over the 5 simple steps to creating a cult-like following. Sounds interesting. Oh, jeez. Try that again. Okay, so here's the law. People have an overwhelming desire to believe in something. Become the focal point of such desire by offering them a cause, a new faith to follow. Keep your words vague but full of promise. Emphasize enthusiasm over rationality and clear thinking. Give your disciples rituals to perform. In the absence of organized religion and grand causes, your new belief system will bring you untold power. I say this often, and I'm going to say it again. People are quite simply and unapologetically sheep. It's extremely difficult for the average person to think outside the box. Thinking beyond our current lot in life is not easy for the average person. As humans, we have this desperate need to believe in something, and this is what makes us gullible. We simply cannot endure long periods of doubt or of the emptiness that comes from a lack of something to believe in. Dangle in front of us some new cause, some new elixir. How about a get-rich-quick scheme, or the latest technological trend like a new iPhone or the most recent video game system, and we will all collectively leap from the water like fish to take the bait. There have been thousands upon thousands of cult-like followings all throughout history. After a few centuries, perhaps a few decades, maybe a few years, or a few months, these cult-like followings may seem ridiculous, but at the time, they seem so attractive, so transcendental, so divine. The psychology of cult-like followings work very effectively, so why not use this power to create a following around you? Now, let's go over the 5 easy steps to creating a cult-like following. But before we do that, I need your help with YouTube's algorithm. So please, help me with my own cult-like following. Smash that thumbs up button, subscribe, and click on the bell icon. And if you want to transform yourself from a lamb to a lion, then check out my course pinned in the top comment below. I will teach you the tools that you need for success, but you have to actually step up and put the work in on yourself. This course is not for everyone because the majority of the population are sheep. But for those very few of us who do want to walk the path of a lion, this is the course for you. Okay, so step 1 in creating a cult-like following. Keep it vague and keep it simple. Think of the average politician. To create a following, they attract attention by keeping their words super simple so the average sheep can understand it. And they also keep it super vague. Your initial speeches and conversations must include 2 elements. On the one hand, the promise of something great and transformative, and on the other, a total and complete vagueness. This combination will stimulate all kinds of hazy dreams in your listeners' minds, and they will make their own connections and see what they want to see. So to make your vagueness attractive, use words of great resonance but hazy meaning, words full of heat and enthusiasm. Fancy titles for simple things are helpful. Excuse me, Mr. Executive Guacamole Handler, can I have a side of guac, please? You know, these illusions create the impression of great knowledge. Try to make the subject of your cult new and fresh so that few will truly understand it. And those few that really do understand what you're up to, you don't need them. They will ruin you. So get them away from your following as soon as possible. Get rid of them. If done correctly, the combination of vague promises, cloudy but alluring concepts, and fiery enthusiasm will stir people's souls, and a group will form around you. Okay, so step number 2. Emphasize the visual and the sensual over the intellectual. Once people start following you, bro, 2 dangers will present themselves: boredom and skepticism. Boredom will make people go elsewhere, and skepticism will allow them the distance to think rationally about whatever it is that you're offering, blowing away the mist you have artfully created and revealing your ideas for what they really are. You need to find a way to amuse the people who are bored, and you need to ward off the cynics. The best way to do this is through theater. Surround yourself with luxury and dazzle your followers with eye candy. Not only will this keep them from seeing the ridiculousness of your ideas, but it will also attract more attention and you will receive more followers. Use exotic themes from distant and strange cultures to create theatrical effects and to make the most banal and ordinary affairs seem extraordinary. Appeal to all the senses. Use incense for scent, soothing music for the ears, colorful charts and graphs for the eye. You may even tickle the mind, perhaps by using new techie gadgets to give your cult a pseudoscientific veneer, as long as you do not inadvertently make anyone think rationally. Okay, step number 3. Borrow the forms of organized religion to structure the group. Organized religions have long held unquestioned authority for large numbers of people and continue to do so today. The foundations of organized religions can be endlessly exploited. Create rituals for your followers and organize them into a hierarchy, ranking them in grades of sanctity. Give them names and titles that resound with religious overtones. Ask them for donations that will fill your coffers and increase your power. To emphasize your gathering's quasi-religious nature, talk and act like a prophet. You are not a dictator, after all. You are a priest, a guru, a sage, a shaman, or any other word that hides your real power in the mist of religion. Step number 4. Disguise your source of income. Your group has grown, and you have structured it in a church-like fashion. Your coffers are beginning to fill with your followers' donations, and yet you must never be seen as hungry for more money and the power that the money brings. It is at this moment that you must disguise the source of your income. Your followers want to believe that if they follow you, then all sorts of good things will fall into their laps. By surrounding yourself with luxury, you become living proof of the soundness of your belief system. Never reveal that your wealth actually comes from your followers' pockets. Instead, make it seem to come from the truth of your methods. Followers will copy your each and every move in the belief that it will bring them the same results, and their imitative enthusiasm will blind them to the phony nature of your wealth. Step number 5. Set up an us versus them dynamic. The group is now large enough and thriving. It's like a magnet attracting more and more people. If you are not careful though, inertia and boredom will set in. To keep your followers united, you must now do what all religions and belief type systems have done in the past. Create an us versus them dynamic. First, make sure your followers believe that they are a part of an exclusive club, unified by a bond of common goals. Then, to strengthen this bond, manufacture the notion of a devious enemy out to ruin you. There is a force of non-believers that will do anything to stop you. Any outsider who tries to reveal the phony nature of your belief system can now be described as a member of this devious force. Maybe you can tell them that if they don't believe in your belief system, that a giant wave will come and wipe them all out. Sound like Noah, for example? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, if you have no enemies, invent one. Give them a straw man to react against. Your followers will solidify their bonds. They have your cause to believe in and infidels to destroy. Oh boy. So anyway, those are the 5 steps in creating a cult-like following. And I'm going to be honest with you, in today's day and age, it's difficult to create a cult-like following for the average person. But it is done all of the time by the rich and the powerful. Look at all of our recent politicians, for example. Look at religions, not only the old ones, but the newer ones like Scientology. You can even look at things that you wouldn't necessarily expect, like Apple and Sony. You know, every time Apple comes out with a new iPhone, everyone has to go out and buy it. Every time Sony comes out with a new PlayStation, everyone has to go out and buy it. This law may not be all that practical for you in your everyday life, but just the fact that you are now aware of it makes you that much more powerful. So now I have a question for you, dear viewer. Can you feel your third eye awakening? Right there in the middle of your forehead? If you like my YouTube content and you want to support me and the creation of more content, then please check out my Patreon link pinned in the top comment below. I upload new videos every Friday for my Patreon subscribers that go deeper into my life regarding the 48 laws. These videos are a bit more raw and untamed than my usual videos here on YouTube. And if you're a patron of mine already, then I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, because it's people like you that truly make all of this content even possible in the first place. I hope you enjoyed this animated video on Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power, Law number 27, play on people's need to believe to create a cult-like following. Thanks, and I'll see you next time for Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power, Law number 28.